So
Where are we looking at? This is natural.
just look at.
In 3, 2, 1, boom! Welcome everybody to episode number 10 of the Breakthrough Worldwide Podcast. My name is Jeremy. Shout out to Moy in the building. And our guest today, the lovely dynamic duo of Donkeeboy and Donkeemom.
Yeah.
Make some noise, everybody. How y'all feeling today?
Pretty good.
Got caught by that Houston traffic?
That Christmas traffic.
Christmas
Yeah,
traffic.
our podcast is supposed to start at 6 p.m. Central Time. I think we've discussed this maybe like
a lot of times
for like
actually.
2 weeks.
2 weeks straight.
Oh,
my
something
phone.
fell.
That's my phone.
Yeah.
That's
Whose
okay.
phone was that? Wait,
phone
whose
died.
mistake was that?
Yeah, that's Jeremy's mistake.
Jeremy's
We ran out of tripods.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. So you
probably
knew the
cracked.
time. So,
Yeah.
you know, I want to explain to everybody watching why you were late. Your mom doesn't
Yeah.
count. It's your
Yeah.
fault.
It's your fault.
Well, ask me how many podcasts I did today.
So how many podcasts did you do
Can't
today?
count. Why would you ask me that, dude? A bunch of podcasts, man. A bunch of podcasts.
So like
So
one.
how does that explain you
We
being
did
late to
one,
this one?
other one, and
One.
then we hit holiday traffic, and you know, here we are.
Is it holiday traffic or just Houston traffic?
Nah,
Because
this is
normally
holiday
between 5 and 7
No,
p.m.
it
is
took us like an hour and 20 minutes to leave the Galleria.
Houston traffic's crazy this time
Yeah.
of year, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, why would
Pretty
you
crazy.
go to the
But,
Galleria at that
But
time?
Waze exists.
That
Apps,
is-
Yeah.
the apps.
I use
Let's-
Waze.
let's
That's
ma-
how I was able to
okay.
tell you that I was late.
Oh,
yeah. Otherwise, I would have.
It's
thought I
2018.
was gonna be on
and
time.
there's so many things that you could do.
2018,
To prepare.
yeah.
Well, let's not talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Y
Wow.
Silvia, ¿andabas juntos? Sí.
Como siempre.
Como siempre?
Sí.
Yeah, you guys are always together, and that's why we had to
Yeah.
bring you guys together.
Wait, oh, is this the camera? That's
Yeah,
it?
You see?
You
No,
look
no,
good.
please don't
Oh,
do
look
that.
good.
No,
Yeah.
please don't.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a liability issue, man. We
Not
don't
that
want you
kind
to
of
get hurt.
show.
Yeah, we don't want you pulling a muscle, extending your legs out.
Okay,
like that.
maybe. Yeah, I did. Look.
So, yo, we're excited. We've been friends for a long time. We're excited to have you and your mom on the show. You guys have been killing the game, the art world. I know a lot of people know who you guys are, and there may be a lot of people who don't know. But, you know, I was just recently talking to some of the people that are sitting here watching us in the audience, right? Our lovely audience members.
Shout out our audience.
Like
Yeah,
250,000
250,000 people
They can't see it
watching.
right now. There's so many.
But I was
Yes,
letting them know who you are and how quick your art has been rising, and kind of, you know, how we've been friends for a long time, and you still haven't really given me the art that I deserve for my home. But
Yeah, hold
You
on.
know.
Jay-Z's coming.
Jay-Z, oh, okay.
Tell them what's up, what's
Yeah,
up.
doing a podcast today.
Rock
But
on.
no, for real, you guys are doing incredible work, man. Not just in the city of Houston, but, you know, all over. You know, recently you've come back from Art Basel. Both of you guys were Art Basel, killing Art Basel. And for everybody out there that's watching doesn't know what Art Basel is, can you tell them a little bit about that?
Well, I think it's the biggest art festival in the world right now. So I can't tell you how many people attend. There's a lot of people that attend, but yeah, I think it's the biggest art festival that's going on right now.
And is that held like once a year, or do they
Once a
do
year.
like?
But I think they have one in Hong Kong. They have one in Switzerland. I think that's where it started at.
Yeah.
And they have the Miami one too.
Mhm.
We've been to the Miami one
Several times already.
probably like 5 times. Yeah.
When are you guys gonna go to Hong Kong or Switzerland?
Man, I want to go to that Hong Kong one, man. But we'll see. You know.
I think you're on the right path.
Hey, thanks, man. I think you're a path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say you walk all over it? You walk all over him? Or?
Yeah, you're a path.
Yeah.
Yeah, paving the way.
So
You're a path.
first off, let's talk a little bit about Donkeeboy. And I know you probably get asked this a lot, but you know, we want to educate people on who you are so that, you know, you gain new followers, new supporters, new fans of your artwork. But where does Donkeeboy come from, and what has made you become this artist that you are? Like, where do you come from? Why is your name Donkeeboy? Why is your mom always by your side in everything that you do? I mean, explain, you know, all these things.
Well, I mean, this is my inspiration. I know a lot of people say, like, oh, I'm inspired by my mom or my dad, but this is, like, legit why I paint. Just been watching her my whole life, you know, and she's been creating art
Yeah, and
since I was born. So.
I'll put in there for, and I know we're talking about Donkey Boy, but his mother, Donkeemom, right? That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I know her as Sylvia.
Yeah.
Sylvia Roman. Miss Sylvia Roman, right? Is an amazing artist. And I remember just as a kid seeing a lot of her work in her home, and just. I remember when he first told me, I didn't believe that it was his mom's. I didn't believe it because it's just so good. And then it always, like, came to me like, okay, now I get why you're such a good artist. You know what I mean? But you never believed in yourself, and that's why I wanted to ask you. So you can tell us more about that.
Yeah. So a lot of, I guess, peers or friends made fun of me because they didn't think that I could, like, make it. I guess make a good living off of art. And so they called me burro, which, you know, in Spanish means donkey. So I flipped it.
Or jackass.
Or, yeah. Is that, can we say stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I flipped the switch, man, and
so I flipped
I
the
got
mother effing switch.
Yeah,
Can we talk like that?
What?
You're like, can we talk like that?
Yeah.
So I flipped the mother effing switch.
Beep, beep, beep. And then I don't know. I got a negative thing and I turned it into a positive thing, and I decided to call myself Donkey Boy. And if you research donkeys, they're very loyal once you gain their trust, which you guys thin line right now. And they're very hardworking, which that's one thing I'm really proud of that I have. I like to think I have a very good work ethic, and they're also very stubborn, as I was, because I didn't want to give up on my dream, you know?
Yeah.
Around what age
That's
was
good.
this that you coined that term?
I don't know, man. I think I was working at YA, and we had to do this play, and I already had it in the back of my mind, but I had never, like, came out with it. And we were doing this improv play, and I just said it as I was on stage, and people were like, "Oh, that's your name? We didn't even know that." I'm like, "Yeah." You know,
Yeah, I didn't know either.
That was like, I don't even know when that was, like 2002, something like that.
Were you already painting at that time? You already.
Yeah, I had been painting. I mean,
yeah, because I remember being in middle school and high school with you, and you were just always drawing.
Yeah. Yeah, I would draw people's portraits for like $40, $50, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe that I was getting that kind of money back then.
I'm the one that started really pushing, like, you to, like, hey, hire my friend. Like, so you were doing a lot of my family members' portraits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Well, you're the reason I met Joe Coy.
Yeah.
Remember, you hit me up, and he had a show here, and you were like, yo, do this portrait of him. And I was like, nah, I ain't going to like it. And I was always like that. You know, I was always like, just, like,
And so for everybody that's watching, if you've never heard of Joe Coy is a very famous stand-up comedian who has also been a friend of mine for a very long time. So him and I have always, you know, connected from like the b-boy level, personal level, to the business level, and we've known each other. So I remember Joe Coy at one point, he would literally pick me up in his car when I would fly to Vegas, and his car would break down on his way to his apartment.
Wow.
But now he's driving Teslas and G-Wagons, and I mean, life happens, right?
Yeah, man.
So, but, you know, I remember he was blowing up and he was hitting the road, and I told you, and I was like, hey, draw a portrait. Please draw a portrait of my friend Joe. And, you know, Alex, you know, Donkey Boy, he was always just, you know, very shy, very timid about what he was putting out. He didn't think that it was good, and I'm like, bro, he's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. And I remember we went to his show at the Improv, and he was blown away by it. Right, that was a gift, you know, that came from you. And I didn't even tell you what picture to pick. You Googled him, and I think you found the right picture, and it became one of his most popular pictures at the time. And you killed that piece.
Was that of his son?
Thanks, man.
Was that of his son?
No, I think the Sun one was later.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it was one
But
of Joe Coy laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was laughing, and yeah, that was crazy, man. I remember staying up all night, and you know how I was, like, I was
You were
always
stressed
just, like,
out. You were
I'm like,
so
man,
stressed out.
I don't even know how I'm gonna give it to him, and what's he gonna say, and I think a lot of artists have that doubt like that, you know, but but either way, I mean, you got to do it.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what.
And so from that, like, what have you been able to build since, building a relationship with Joe, Because Joe is huge right now.
Yeah. I mean,
in the comedy world, he's huge.
I mean, he sponsored our Art Basel trip.
Oh,
so
that's
he's
awesome.
been sponsoring our trips for the past, like, 2-3 years. Right? And so, and if he wouldn't have sponsored this last trip, then we wouldn't have been able to do the thing we did with Complex and Champs, right? We did something with Complex and Champs. So the reason why that worked was because Joe had already paid for our trip, and I already had the flights booked and the Airbnb and all that.
Yeah.
And then, that's how that worked out. But yeah, man, I've met all kinds of people through Joe. I mean,
Yeah.
I really couldn't even tell you, like,
Yeah.
he's, that connect is like.
Yeah, I remember when you
Crazy.
put out the Never Skip a Beat design. A lot of the artists that were connected with Joe were all rocking the T-shirt.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, that's a big move right there. That's a big jump.
Man, Angela Johnson,
Yep.
Music Soul Child,
Yep.
Chris D'Elia, who's
Yep.
freaking killing it as
Yep.
well. Bunch of people, man. I remember you, everybody, Stilo,
Yeah.
everybody
Well, they
was rocking that.
stole
back
my
then.
original
So we
painting
just
from
found
Break
out.
Free.
Yeah, we're gonna find this dude. What camera is this?
This might be one of
That's
these
super
Break Free
interesting
parents.
that
Yeah.
it's just laying around. It's just laying around somewhere.
Yeah, maybe the guy sold it. I don't know. Or
He
lady.
probably got like
Could've been
$50.
lady. He probably got like 25, I think.
25
Yeah,
bucks.
It's at
for it.
the Pearland Flea Market.
Just for the materials, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the Pearland Flea Market.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's at Goodwill, chilling.
It probably is a
Yeah,
Goodwill somewhere.
it probably is. Some of my shirts end up at Goodwill. I think you showed
I
me.
saw-
I've seen
Yeah.
Hey man, don't be telling people where I shop.
Yeah, I'll just, yeah.
Well, tell us a little more about the Art Basel project and what it was, and we actually have the clip of it. MVP.
You
was
guys
showing
got
it.
that kind of technology?
Of course, man. It's
Come on, bro. You serious?
It's just showing a clip.
Golly.
Like it's virtual reality or something.
Come on, man.
We are actually going to teleport back into time.
Nice.
But tell us,
Unbelievable.
before we show you, tell us a little about it, what it is. And
I mean, somebody from Complex just emailed. They just reached out and they were like, "Hey, we've been looking at your Instagram," and they didn't even follow me or like anything that I do on there. So you never know who's watching, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so they were like, "You're one of 3 artists that we're thinking about maybe hiring to
from the
do this
Houston
thing."
area.
And
In the Houston.
I think when you hear that from Complex, you're like, that already is an honor.
That was
'Cause,
already a win. Yeah, that was
because
already like,
Complex has millions of followers.
Yeah.
Right. They have
Yeah.
multi-million following, and to be one of 3 that potentially be selected for this project is already amazing.
Yeah, that was crazy. And I don't know, I just submitted something because I only had like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So they were like, you got to like submit an idea within this time. And so I did it, and I rushed it. And I kind of didn't think I was going to get picked, to be honest, because I didn't have like,
Yeah.
my sketching is horrible. Like, I'm not a good sketcher.
Yeah. I was gonna talk to you about that.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I can't really like put too much into it. I
Glad
don't
that
know
you
why.
brought it up.
Yeah,
first.
thanks.
Yeah, just letting everybody know.
I didn't want to
And-
make things awkward.
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about it later.
Yeah. And then I submitted it, and I got picked. And I was like, oh, snap, now what?
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and then they were like, yeah, you got to fly out this day. And I think it was like on a Thursday. They were like, you got to be here Monday. And that's what I was telling you. I'm like, if I wouldn't have had the Airbnb and the flights and all that, they paid well, Complex paid well, but the Airbnb around that time
Yeah.
in Miami,
Well, yeah,
Art Basel
you're
is
in Miami,
crazy.
Art
Bro.
Basel time.
bro,
Yeah.
it's like mad
It's
expensive,
like
right?
$75 a night.
75 at least, you know what I mean? And so that's how it worked out. And they showed me a picture of the shoe, but I hadn't seen the screw in the back.
Mm.
It had a screw in the back,
I-
so they were like,
Real quick.
yeah,
I just recently saw the shoe, and then even with the clip, and
Yeah.
I have to agree with you. That's probably for me the best part of that shoe.
oh, it's so dope.
Is that detail in the back of the shoe, that screw?
But a lot of people think that I designed the shoe.
Yeah,
I
we're
did it.
getting asked that too.
Yeah, and I did it, So I just got hired to do the activation for the shoe.
Yeah.
Right? But in the email, they had a bunch of pictures of the elements that they were inspired from.
Mhm.
And so I was like, yo, well, when I saw the colorway, and I saw the gray and all those gradients on the shoe, the Air Max 95. That was a shoe. I was like, man, to me, like this reminds me of DJ Screw.
Yeah.
And so I did.
And your piece that you did, your screw piece, in particular.
And then you designed the shoe with screws.
Yeah. I made the because I didn't have I had one day to finish this. I had to do it in Miami, so we landed in Miami. Found the nearest Home Depot, which didn't even sell wood.
What?
They don't sell it didn't sell wood, so like I thought
Miami's weird like that.
Yeah, I thought that's why Home Depot existed, like to be able to build things, you know. And then we had to find another one, and we stayed up till 5:30 in the morning, working on the piece.
Wow.
And then had to be that same morning had to be at the complex site by 9.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
No
So,
sleep.
Nah, we
No
slept.
sleep.
I slept for like.
And how long were you at Art Basel? Did you showcase any other artwork besides that activation?
Yeah, we were already gonna show. It's called the Fearless Artist. It's like a pop-up gallery style. We were already showing there, so that's really how we were able to do it. Because if not, man, I don't even know what I would. The flight, I don't even know what the flight would have looked like.
Yeah.
And the Airbnb.
Oh yeah, especially last minute.
Yeah, it would have been crazy, but
It's weird how the airlines too. They pick up like everything that's happening, so they boost their prices up.
yeah. So
Priceline.com.
nice. They're sponsoring.
Yeah. They're not sponsoring,
Eventually.
so
Not yet. Not yet.
Now they are.
I'm gonna hit them up for a royalty later.
Nice.
Censor
nice.
that out, actually.
Yeah, so that's how that worked out. But it was the deal was with Complex and Champs Sports, and it was dope, man. That was crazy. I can't even believe it.
Since you've done that, because that clip has kind of been going all around the internet. Have people like if you been to a store or anywhere, do people notice you?
Oh man, we went to ¿dónde fue? Fuimos a que nos reconocieron en Snooze Eatery. De los pancakes.
Sí.
Estaban
Yeah.
comiendo en un restaurante y luego los vieron.
No,
¿o qué?
según nosotros andábamos de incógnito. Nos queríamos estar escondiendo.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Yeah.
So y'all were trying. Your mom said y'all trying to hide just because
Yeah.
it was awkward. People
Yeah,
were
because
noticing you guys.
right when we got in, and see that again, dude. Like Houston people, man, they show love, man. Like
Yeah,
you know,
they do.
That once you like start putting or trying to put Houston on the map, they're gonna show love, dude.
Yeah.
And so we walked in, and the lady that was working there, the hostess or whatever, she already knew. Obviously, I mean, I wear my name on my hat too,
Yeah.
so like that doesn't help. But she was like,
You could be a fan.
Yeah.
I'm my biggest fan.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I am. Thanks. And then, yeah, we walked in, and she brought a free pancake, and she brought a bunch of drinks and stuff, and
What's up? Let's go back. I like
Yeah,
pancakes.
Where's
man.
this at?
Snooze
I'm trying to get a pancake.
Eatery,
Where's that at?
Heights area. They have this
fancy.
cinnamon roll pancake that's not on the menu, but you ask for it and they have it, and it's amazing.
You've been there a lot, huh?
Yeah, I've been there a lot,
That's
man.
what that means.
I'm a foodie, man. And so maybe like 5 people that were working there all just
Yeah.
taking pictures, doing that whole thing.
And
We
you were
didn't
That's
even,
awesome.
And you were
no,
just
but we
eating
didn't
your
even
pancake.
eat.
Yeah. You
Like-
didn't eat?
No, we did like by the time that
But you paid for some reason.
we paid, but by the time that they
You
left,
took it to go at
yeah,
least?
we took it to go, but
Alright,
it was like
good.
mad cold, so like,
You ended up throwing it out.
yeah.
Damn, the perks of being a rock
No, you
star,
didn't.
man.
You ate it.
Dude,
I know you.
That's how Brad Pitt feels, I
That's how
guess.
Brad Pitt, you can't eat a cinnamon roll pancakes.
You're like Brad Pitt of the art world.
Hey, thanks, man. Whatever.
Donkey Pit.
I was curious, like, what your take is on the art scene nowadays. Like, I know that in Houston, I know a little bit about the art scene in Houston and the artists that come out of that. But in your travels, especially over the last couple of years, you're getting bigger along with your mother. Like, what is your take on the art scene and like the future of it, and like maybe some advice for people coming up if an artist is tuning in?
I think right now it's important to look at yourself as a brand, right? Like, because you have all these social media outlets, and it's not just about like painting one piece, right? Or when you paint something, you can't necessarily like half-ass that piece. Like every piece has got to be dope, because if you're gonna post it on social media, I mean, the complex thing, you don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching. So I think branding yourself is more important than just I paint every now and then and not connecting the dots. Like, you got to connect the dots. Like any famous artist that you look at, like it's a brand.
Yeah.
It's not just random things here and there.
They create
you know?
an identity for themselves. So,
yeah. That's one thing that I've seen, like, successful artists, I guess if we're talking money-wise, like, they're able to create that brand and be consistent with a certain look or style or colorway or whatever, and that's the identifier for the viewer. But those are the people that are really, like, killing the game, and it's not, like, impossible to do. It's just you got to find what you like and be real with it so that people can actually connect with what you're saying or painting, So I would say that, like, build the brand.
Yeah.
Not just do random things,
So, like, with that being said, what would you say is your brand? Like, what is it that makes your paintings popular or famous or whatever you want to call it? What is it that makes people want to buy your art?
I paint things that I grew up on. I mean, that's really all I'm doing, but I'm presenting them in a new way. So I like I call what I do, like, kind of like a remix pop art style, because I like taking from here and here and then remixing the whole thing and presenting it in a new light,
Right.
And so, but these are things that I grew up on, and I feel that if I'm being true, then...
So does it make it easier for you? Because I know a lot of artists, like, even as dancers, like, we get so, and Jeremy and I have talked about this a lot, but we get so stuck sometimes that we feel like we can't create anything new. And, being an artist is about originality, right? Producing and innovating something new that people haven't seen, fresh ideas, fresh concepts. But when you say, like, this is something that this is something that you grew up, so does that mean that it comes easier to you?
Yeah.
Or is it still difficult,
No, it's easy because it's in me. You know what I mean? But sometimes those are the hardest things to put out, because it's like you're opening up a journal and letting everybody read it. Like, because these ideas actually matter to you, then whoever comes and, like, kind of disses it or gives some negative feedback on it, it's probably going to hurt a little bit.
So are you, like, hesitant at times when you release a new piece, or?
No, not now. I was before.
You used to be.
Big time.
Would you say that was one of the biggest factors in what, like, held you back? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Because, like, putting your ideas out there, and then anybody can say anything they want about it.
I got a question for your mom. Silvia, desde el principio de cuando usted ha mirado a Alex pintando, dibujando, ¿qué es lo que usted, como de mamá, ha sentido? ¿Qué sientes?
Oh,
Como de él.
de Alex.
Como de hijo y usted de mamá.
Es que la vida de nosotros era algo común, ¿sí me entiendes? Alex, desde que estaba en el pre-kinder, que tenía 4 años, él ya hacía sus dibujos, él los firmaba, nadie le decía que los tenía que firmar y él lo hacía.
Since pre-K.
Eso ya está en su
Sangre.
En su sangre, ya lo traía en sus venas, igual que yo, ¿me entiendes? Para mí todo eso era bien natural.
That's crazy. So she says since pre-K, you've been creating artwork and signing it. That's something an artist does. So not every kid knows how to create a piece of artwork and sign it, and I didn't know that. That's special. That's why I wanted to ask your mom that. Sometimes, like, you get to ask, someone that's very, very close to you, and how they view you, because sometimes it's just like you and I, right? If you're a good friend of mine, I would consider you one of my best friends, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And knowing where you are in the art world, but to me it's just like, oh, you're just my boy Alex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like when other people view you, it's different. It's this other guy, this guy they want to meet, right?
Well, they respect me. You don't respect me as much.
I mean, you got a point. But no, but like, going back to what she said, it's like I was proud of you. Like, I was proud to show your work, and so that's why I was like, dude, do this for Joe, do this for my brothers, do this for that. You know what I mean? And so sometimes that's hard because you know, we grew up with in a very cutthroat community where, you know, even your closest friends don't want to see you succeed, right?
Yep.
And especially like even with our parents, sometimes, you know I struggled with it early on. Like when I started dancing, my parents didn't really accept what I did, but they let me do it because they knew that it was something that I loved to do. So that's why they let me do it. But did they accept, you know, what I did? It wasn't until years later that they finally realized, it's like, wow, Moy is impacting so many people with his art, with his dance, you know? And so like, since I've known you, like your mom has been by your side in everything that you do.
Oh yeah.
And I love how, because even with her artwork, it was very low key. It was very internal at your home only. And ever since you started to really like, you know, take a hold of this art world and the art shows and the galleries, you have really encouraged her to start branding herself. Hence, Donkeemom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it just, I mean, she showed me, right? And so, like, I felt like I knew some things, not technique-wise or anything like that, but I just knew a certain way to move with certain people, like how to connect, like do these art shows, what art shows work, what things don't work. And so that's how it, like, came back around, you know, like full circle, like it's crazy. But the way she started painting is crazy, man. Like, that's a crazy story.
¿Les puede dar una historia pequeña, chica, cómo usted empezó a pintar?
Bueno, y lo repito, ¿verdad? Yo siempre he traído eso ya en mis venas. So, cuando yo estaba en la escuela, en la primaria, me encargaron un proyecto en la clase de ciencias. Y pues a mí siempre me gustaba colorear. Eso era lo que a mí me compraban siempre, libros de colorear y paper dolls, cosas así. Y me encargaron un proyecto y yo hice una mosca. Y después yo dije, wow, ¿cómo yo hice esto? La hice perfecta con todos los vellitos que tienen las moscas y todo. Y después presenté mi proyecto y nadie me creía que yo lo había hecho. Y me decía, ¿quién te hizo esto? ¿De dónde lo sacaste? Y yo dije, wow, nadie me cree. Decía yo, pero yo sé dibujar. Y de ahí empecé. Dije, no, pues yo voy a empezar a hacer. Y empecé a hacer mis cosas. Mi abuelo tenía negocios, restaurante y la oficina de transportes de camiones. So, ahí ponía yo mis dibujos y toda la gente los compraba. Sí. Y yo decía, ¿qué está pasando? ¿Por qué les gustan mis cosas? ¿Verdad? Así empecé y siempre he hecho cosas sin estudiar ni nada. Y, I don't know, no sé.
And so she's saying since she was, you know, a little girl, she was in school and they told her to do basically a science project. She did a science project on a fly, and so she drew this fly, very detailed, just this well-organized fly and what a fly is supposed to look like. And so when they came down to present it, they were like, who did it? And it was like, well, Sylvia. And then no one believed her. Like, no one believed that she did this fly.
At what age?
¿Cuántos años tenía cuando hice el proyecto?
9.
Like 9 years old. And she did this project, and no one believed her. And she said that she was, you know, since then, she's just been continuing, you know, to work on her art, and she was, you know, surrounded by family members who own businesses, and she would do like artwork for them, and then all of a sudden, some of the artwork would start to fly. Like people were buying the artwork, and she couldn't believe that people were buying her artwork, and so she's been doing it since then. And that's incredible, you know. That's amazing, you know.
Es una historia porque pues no es un secreto que yo me crié en un pueblo de México que ahí no había tiendas, no había nada, no había cine, casi no podía ver la televisión, ¿sí me entiendes?
Sí.
No había de dónde yo agarrara ideas o materiales para hacer las cosas. Nada más que en aquellos años, como mi familia sí era de Estados Unidos y mamá veníamos todas las vacaciones de la escuela a visitar a la familia, siempre me compraban libros de colorear, paper dolls, y me compraban colores de cera, que para mí eso era un tesoro. Yo tenía una caja de puros colores de cera. Aunque estuvieran así bien chiquitos, yo los guardaba. So, con ese material yo hacía mis dibujos.
Wow.
Can I try and translate that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think she was saying that growing up in Mexico is no secret. Like she had to make use of her resources and start painting with that. And then when they moved to the United States, that's all I got.
Yeah, but she would go
Killed
back
that
and
first
forth.
part.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
kill that first part.
Yeah.
But she would go back and forth because her family was already resided in the U.S. and so she would go back and forth, and so she would even get more resources from the U.S. like coloring books and other books that had different ideas, and she would just take what she had and just make the best of it, right? And she got really big into like paper dolls, and I want to bring that up because that's popping up again. She's been doing a lot of work, and I see these like gigantic paper dolls that your mom creates, and they're framed out and everything. But I think I think at one point some pretty famous people were buying them as well, right?
Yeah, Debbie Brown. She's married to Dwayne Brown.
Dwayne Brown, right?
Yeah,
Who
she
used to
bought
play
one.
with the Houston Texans, but is now with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. She's a big fan of my mom, Debbie. Yeah, a bunch of people were just.
Yeah.
You know.
I know Chingo bought some stuff up. You guys
Chingo's bought some of my mom's stuff. Not any of mine. So Chingo. Nah, just like.
I think your mom, like you have your thing, right? Like your pop art remix, and she has like her like pop Latin Mexican historical remix of her spin on it, and I think that connects with a lot of us here in Texas. Texas is practically Mexico, right?
Yeah, sure.
So you're seeing a lot of the Latinos here in Texas buying all that, whether it's Frida Kahlo or the Selena, or let's just say the Loteria, what is very, very popular. And I know your mom has done a remix of her own, and those things are amazing. They look awesome,
Yeah. ¿Y cuántas tarjetas ya tienes? Bastantes.
Ya tengo bastante.
Yeah, she's trying to make the whole deck.
The
¿Cuántas son? 50.
54.
54 different
Wow.
elements, right,
Yeah.
in that bingo Loteria.
We had a question from somebody viewing live. They just asked, where can we find their artwork? So I guess you can give a breakdown of like, of course they can commission some work through you guys, but if y'all have any merch online right now or anything that they can give you money, your well-deserved, well-earned money that you deserve.
Donkeeboy.com.
Donkeeboy.
Yeah, 2 E's. But we have these like pop-up style art shows at 8th Wonder Brewery, and we have 5 a year. The next one is February 8th. So we're always there, and we always have stuff there. So we encourage people to go to that because we can actually, like, if you have a question, we can try to answer it.
And you can meet them there.
Yeah.
Also, too, I'm sure you guys do like commission work. If somebody was looking for something, custom for their home, you guys do that too. So, and I'm sure they can direct message you on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Or they can find your email on Instagram.
Yep, that's the best way.
Yeah.
DM.
So there you go, Star. So I know you had a question about finding their artwork. Hopefully that helps a little bit.
Oh yeah, I can see the comment right there. Oh, she also said Moy.
Give Jeremy.
Give Jeremy
Jeremy
Spanish.
Spanish.
He did pretty good.
I did pretty good.
That was
right?
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I just need to hang around you guys more.
Yo,
I mean-
you were like taking off, and then he just
Yeah.
And you went to the United
Yeah.
States and
Fast
then,
crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's next for you guys? Like, what do you have coming up? I know you guys have done all these amazing things already. So, like, what are the next steps, right? Because I think, as artists, we're always trying to innovate, create, right? Bring new, fresh ideas to the table or to a new audience. But at the same time, sometimes I know as an artist myself, we can all kind of dwell on things we shouldn't dwell on, and so we start to think, well, maybe is this enough? But then it's never enough, right? We
Yeah,
start to really
yeah.
push ourselves and figure that out. So, like, what is next for you guys?
Well,
Because
we're doing,
to a lot of people, they might think like, "Dang, you guys just killed everything already. What else?"
Nah, man, we got a long.
But
way to go.
so that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So, like, what's next?
I'm working on my own art festival, so you'll probably be hearing about that pretty soon, and we're working on a group show. So both of us want to have a show together where I can show, or my mom can show some of the pieces that she's done when she was a kid. I'll have some of the pieces I've done as a kid,
Right.
and kind of show like the progress, of it all.
Nice.
And that'll be, I think the title is going to be like mother, like son.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're trying to find a venue for that. We're working on that. We're gonna be at Sneaker Summit, the next Sneaker Summit.
Oh, you guys are popping up.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
We're gonna do that.
I'll be there too.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And then the 5 shows that we have at Eighth Wonder, and really the big one is that art festival.
Yeah.
Like figuring
And that's
that
still
out.
in the works. You're planning that.
It's still in the works
yeah.
right now. Yeah, but I mean, after going to Basel this last year and really seeing, I mean, we met Ron English. We met a bunch of people when we were up there, and it's just I feel like Houston needs something like that, and we do have something like that thanks to Gonzo and his team. But there's no reason why we can't spread it.
Do more.
And more of us come together, and more of us like do our part. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just think that just in general, just more events. Also, especially when they come from successful artists like yourself, I think that's important. Now, just not to discredit any artist, but like let's just say an artist that isn't really well known and it tries to pop up an event, you can appreciate it, but at the same time, it's like these well-known artists have gathered much more experience. And I think that they have a better idea of what the art community needs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So not to discredit anybody coming up, because we all go through that. But at the same time, you need someone with knowledge, well experienced in event and activations, that know how to put on good events. And I think that just from the previous collabs that you've done, let's just say with Eighth Wonder and and DJ Screw's Family and all these events that you guys done, they've been super successful. So I think that's awesome, dude. I think that's awesome that you guys are doing an event, and it's not about stepping on anybody's toes. It's not. It's just about creating more for the community.
Yeah, because there's a lot of artists here, and I think one of the hardest things for an artist to do is to know how to monetize their art, which is very important. Like you don't want to be worried about paying these bills and investing and getting yourself into debt. Like all that stuff is not creative.
Yeah.
There's nothing creative about that,
Right.
So that's like the opposite side of the brain that you don't want to be focusing on. But luckily, through people that I know that have businesses, and I've learned from them, and that's kind of like one of my goals is to like help people be able to make a living off of it,
Dope.
And so
We could relate.
yeah, for sure, obviously,
Yeah. No, awesome.
Well, I think this is a good time to segment into a new part of the show that we've done. We did it with Eric last week, and it's pretty fun. Why are you smiling?
Hey, real quick
Okay.
before you go into that, Game Bread, which is Zeke, asked, "Yo, what about the carne seca?" Back in the day, well, I don't know if your mom still makes it, but she used to make some really good beef jerky.
The best.
Oh,
Some really good beef, and in Mexico we call it carne seca, and it is banging.
Yeah.
And her empanadas.
No, yeah, no. Oh,
I had
she's
the empanadas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
She's doing a pop-up at Fluff Bake Bar this Saturday. This
With
Saturday, she's
empanadas?
gonna make some. Yeah, so
going.
like, Rebecca, who's the owner.
I'm on a
and the
diet, but
chef,
I'm going.
Yeah, you should definitely come out because they're making it's like a
Straight up.
croissant empanada
Ya
Nice.
va a
type
ser
thing.
una versión diferente, pero
Different variation of her
Pero va a
empanadas.
estar bien
Okay.
rico.
We might have to stop there.
Yeah,
for
we're
our
gonna have
show.
to. Yeah.
She's gonna have an elote pancake.
Fluff
I don't know
Bakery?
what else. Yeah, Fluff Bake Bar. Yeah.
Where is that
off of
located?
Gray Street.
Oh,
Right
so it's
there,
like
Midtown.
I remember-
we right there, baby.
Yeah, we right there. It's
We're
our
gonna be
show.
right there.
Really?
But,
Yeah, we have our winter
recital.
recital
Match.
for our hip hop school.
Matt's Theater.
Oh,
kids,
nice.
yeah.
I remember you guys did that with another place.
We got
You stopped
excited.
by. You guys
Yeah.
were cooking stuff and.
No, it was the same spot.
Oh, it's the same spot.
It's the same spot. Yeah, Palmer came out to it. Yeah,
You got
yeah.
Renee Lugo who just popped in and said, "Yep, that was some good jerky."
Man, it really was. I mean,
See, people know.
Carnicerias would always hit her up,
Yeah.
like trying to buy it and all kinds of.
Yeah.
Remember that?
So, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, so this is a fun segment that we're doing now, and you guys see the big blue wall we got right here, right? So
Yeah.
this is our blue screen. What's going to happen? Cue up the logo, MVP. We
This
have
is a
entered
segment of the show where it's
segment,
called
Where You At Though?
"Where You At Though."
Yo,
Look
you
at our
guys,
logo.
very high tech, man.
Where you
Very
at
impressed,
though?
yeah.
So what happens is you guys are going to stand up and stand in front of the blue screen. We're going to turn the TV off, and you guys are going to have a background behind you. We pick 3 locations, and we're going to give you...
You can't see this background.
You can't see the background.
But we know what it is.
We're going to give you 3...
The audience can see it, but you can't.
We're going to give you 3 locations, and me and Maury will be giving you clues. It relates to you guys and locations that you guys...
It's like charades.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, you guys ready for this?
Let's call it Where You At, though?
Explain it to Donkeemom.
Ahorita lo que vamos a hacer, Silvia, es como un nuevo concepto en el show de nosotros, donde ustedes pues van a pararse ahí, enfrente de esta pared azul, y le vamos a dar diferentes, como se dice, situaciones o ideas donde puedes estar, y vamos a poner como un background atrás de ustedes, y ustedes tienen que, pues ahí ponerse a pensar dónde están en ese momento.
I didn't sign up for this.
Pero no vas a ver.
No van a ver. Pero los que están mirando ahorita, ellos pueden ver. Y luego cuando how you say, when you guess it?
Cuando adivinas.
Cuando adivinas, entonces ahí lo
3
enseñamos
locations.
a usted.
3 locations. Ready?
All right, let's
Yeah.
do it. What
Let's
about
do it.
these?
Take them off.
Take them off.
And stand in front of there. So MVP, can you turn off the TV?
Shout out to our producer, MVP, Josh. Without him, this whole show is not possible because when we try to do things without him, everything goes bad. I almost lost my wife because of MVP. You guys look great. Wow, look at those Yeezys.
Alright, first location is live in 3, 2, 1, and cut. 1 second.
Try to figure out where you are. You can't see it.
Whoa, where's the first
You're going to have to guess. We're going to give you clues,
I
right?
think I'm in Japan.
So if you guys are tuning in, this is Donkey Boy, this is Donkeemom. I'm part of a new hit segment on our show, right? The Break Free Worldwide podcast called Where You At, Though? Where You At, Though? Where You At, Though, Jeremy? Okay, so this is where you guys start guessing.
Okay.
Imagine yourself in a place that is very historical. It's very historical.
It's in Mexico.
It's in Mexico. It has a lot of meaning to you guys. Where could this place be? Un lugar en México tiene mucha historia y tiene una conexión muy fuerte con usted y con Alex.
It's a house. It's at a
Una
house.
casa donde pueden...
Yeah!
¡Yeah!
So we go live.
Oh, what's up, Frida?
It's black and white. Oh, they're not at the house right now. They're walking. They're marching.
They're marching, but yeah. Wait, what are you doing?
Hey, now. Look at his hair.
Are you petting the... There she is.
Wow.
So talk about
So you
Frida.
guys-
Is Frida a big inspiration to you guys? I know you guys did the Wonder Woman piece.
Oh, increíble. Yo soy feminista como Frida. Me encanta su vida, me encanta su historia, me encanta su look, cómo se vestía, el arte obvio que ella hacía.
So she's
todo,
saying
todo
that
completo.
Frida is a huge inspiration to her from top to bottom. I mean, from the way she dressed, the way she presented herself, you know, her artwork, and the way she just dissected life, and is a huge inspiration to Donkeemom.
Yeah, you guys are 1 for 1. So make some noise,
That's one.
everybody.
That's
make some
one.
noise.
All right, good job.
All right, turn the screen off.
If you guess all 3, you're gonna win a brand new car. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Now we're going for round 2. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Donkey Boy, Donkeemom on our new hit segment called Where You At, Though? Trying to figure out where they at, though. So our producer is setting it up. Donkeemom looking fresh with the bread Yeezys. Donkey Boy got the Carhartt Air Max 95s.
We've entered the second universe.
Second universe. Who we got? You are on set
Somewhere in the 90s.
in a hit 90s MTV show. It is boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
I know you
You
get
got it
away
quick.
when you said MTV.
Look at that. There was a lot of MTV.
So take a look.
You're on Beavis and Butthead, and the reason why we chose that, I know you recently, well, maybe not recently, but in the past 2 years or so, released a very popular piece, the Basquiat and Warholio, which is a tribute to Basquiat and Andy Warhol. And if you ever watched Beavis and Butthead, you know Beavis was a big character in this character he created called what was the name? Cornolio.
Can you do the impression, Cornholio?
I cannot.
What?
He used to put his shirt like above his head and goes, "I am the great Cornolio. I need TV for my butthole," right? Something like that. And of course,
All right, can you
Butthead.
at least do the laugh? Laugh like.
Yeah, Butthead.
All right.
So you guys are two for two. Remember,
make
if
some
you
noise.
get 3, you could win a brand new car.
All right, number 3.
Number 3, as we set up Donkeeboy and Donkeemom for the final.
Live in the third universe.
Live in the third universe. Where are we? Okay, this is a good one.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Best for last.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Somewhere very peaceful.
yeah, it's a very peaceful place.
Tranquilo.
Yeah. Un lugar muy tranquilo.
Like a beach?
No,
No.
it's
There might be a beach involved, but not an actual beach.
It could go back to like the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It could go back to like the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Involved with art. And
Think
artists
about
in particular.
think about a like if you were in the 70s in a very peaceful place talking about art with this person who
On
may
TV.
know everything about art,
Yes.
right?
He's got a nice hairdo. Very
And
famous
he could
hairdo.
even put you on a show. He could even put you on a show.
Conan O'Brien.
70s, bro.
He was so confident with that answer.
70s.
And the first wrong answer.
70s, 80s,
Conan was
early
in the
90s. I
70s.
mean, he was killing the game. And
He might
just
teach
think
you-
about his show. Hold on, think about his show being just so peaceful,
I already know.
informative.
He might teach you how to
very
do-
knowledgeable.
He'll teach you how to paint
In
happy
art.
trees, peaceful trees, pine trees.
Bob Ross, yeah.
Make some noise.
Look at where you're at with the famous Bob Ross.
Where's his mug at? We want to
Where's
see.
he at? We're gonna wait till he comes on. And the reason why we chose Bob Ross, he's a very famous artist. I remember myself.
Look at the picture. They're like, what
I
the heck is
remember
going on?
myself growing up as a kid, and I would turn on the PBS channel, Channel 8, and I would see this dude just painting trees, and I'm like, wow, this guy's awesome.
Less than half an hour.
In less than half
Less
an
than
hour,
half
this
an
guy
hour.
would paint a whole landscape, and was just talking so peaceful,
Here he comes.
like if he never struggled in his life.
Where's he at?
And
There he is. Oh, yeah.
And wanted to bring him on because you also did a famous piece on Bob Ross called Rob Boss, where you did a remix on Bob Ross. You put him with a gold tooth, a pick in his afro,
Yeah.
some gold chains, and just put boss on it.
Did
Out
that.
of respect.
Out of respect.
Out of respect
Respectfully.
that dude was a boss in the art world, and
Surrounded by
yeah,
happy trees.
just an incredible moment in time to connect with you guys. So you guys got it. Look at
3
that.
of 3. Make some noise.
3 of 3.
everybody.
Make some noise for Donkeeboy and Donkeemom. You guys can come back.
Where you at, though?
We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, where do we get the car?
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
talk about that later.
later.
Sign the waivers, and
Yeah.
after the tax man takes half, you end up with a tire.
Yeah, I didn't really think you guys were gonna get it.
Oil change.
Yeah,
I mean,
we thought-
if you count all the clues that we gave you, then we shouldn't really give you a car. But
Yeah,
whatever.
Okay, that's cool.
No, whatever. All right.
So,
that
man-
was fun, right?
That
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
That's a good.
Where you at though?
Where you at, though?
So, like, I'm here at the podcast.
Yeah, man. Break Free Worldwide headquarters.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So,
Hey, remember when we oiled you up and you wrestled my brother? I wanted to talk about that.
does your mom know
Yeah.
about that?
I think so.
Oh, really?
She knows everything.
She knows about all my fights.
Yeah.
How many-
Wait, what
how
about
many oil fights
what about
you-
that? What about that fight with the homeless guy? Does she know about that one?
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
cool.
one was close.
Yeah. You
That was
guys
cool.
weren't there.
Yeah.
heard
You
about
told me
it.
that one was close, and I've heard it from
From the source.
the source that it was really
Pretty
close.
close.
It was a close
if
fight.
you really.
These are like, this
Well,
is going into your hidden talent section. Like,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can fight homeless men. That's a hidden talent.
If I have to, I will.
If you have to.
Yeah, which I had to. And that,
Yeah, this guy
You
was.
got a very strong grip. I think that's a hidden talent that you have.
Pretty grip.
Like
Pretty
really
good grip.
strong.
Kung Fu grip.
Kung Fu grip. You can do
Yeah.
halos.
Yeah.
Halos.
2 or 3.
2 or 3
thousand.
halos. 2 3,000.
Yeah, man. So really quick, just tell everybody where they can find you guys and how they can get a hold of you, and also some advice to any aspiring or upcoming artists.
The best way to find both of us is on Instagram. Just a DM. Check all the
At
DMs.
Donkeeboy.
At
Sign up in that.
Donkeeboy. At Donkeemom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she checks her own page. So,
Ooh.
yeah, people be thinking that I do her stuff and
Nope.
I don't. And
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah. And, you know, like I said earlier, just work on the brand.
Yeah.
Work on branding yourself and surround yourself with positive thinkers. And that's it. Put your head down and keep moving forward.
That's right.
That's good.
All right, man. So, what did we learn today? What's the takeaway?
We learned that art can get you rich and famous like Donkeeboy, and do possible collabs with Champ Sports and Complex.
And no matter how hard you try, you can't have a mom as cool as Donkeemom.
Yeah, she got Yeezys on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show
Look
it.
at that.
Look at that.
MVP,
Can-
make sure you
can
get
we
that.
can we zoom in to the Yeezys? Look at that.
Oh!
Wow, look at those.
The breads.
Yeah,
Man, hold
I don't
up.
even want to say how much those cost, but
Don't even let them know.
it's one of the more expensive ones.
One of the more expensive ones.
Good.
So, much love, guys. Make sure you follow Donkeeboy and Donkeemom on Instagram. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Houston Media Source.
Yes, Houston Media Source for providing us the connectivity to the world, right? Our cameras, our everything, our
Pretty
lights.
legit.
Yep.
Pretty legit, man.
Like
Yeah.
it, man?
I'm very impressed. Yeah.
Thank you.
And-
we got to get you for the break room.
And
When
we
eat.
stay
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I saw when June fell.
Yeah.
and we stay powered, fueled, and energetic by our very own energy drink and the best energy drink sponsor in the world, Monster Energy. Shout out to Monster Energy for keeping us fueled. Look at that beautiful logo that just popped up. And shout out to all the supporters of Break Free Worldwide and everybody out there that has been tuning in. We're trying to grow this podcast, and we're always going to be bringing on special guests, not that just relate to what we do, breaking, but just art, business, and community-related events. So
And next week, we won't be going live on Tuesday because it's Christmas. So spend time with your family. We know you guys want to see us, but spend
Yeah.
time with your family next week. But we'll be back the week after that on Tuesday with all of our podcasts. So
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Holidays,
thank you, guys. We
Feliz
love y'all.
Navidad, peace. Yay!